This workshop came about because of a student we had a few years back, and I just got the idea. We were actually moving into this building, and I said, hey, anybody wants to help? We'll do you were there, and we'll do a 1 free-day sexual transmutation workshop, and it turned out pretty good. You know, we had a great time, and one of the students in there, who was a virgin, went out and got laid. Was it that night or the next night?
Within a couple days.
Within a couple days. He'd been a virgin his whole life. And one of the themes of the workshop is that sex is healthy and normal. It's normal. It's not something weird. It's not something strange. It's not something to be fretted. We kept saying that over and over. Sex is normal. It's just normal. And then it just kind of stuck in his mind. And so he remembers that he was getting intimate with this girl they were dancing. And he was talking about how they were getting close and getting intimate. And he thought, well, sex is just normal. And then he started to touch her, and the next thing you know, he was fingering her. And they had sex, and he was like, wow, it was so easy in the end. For so many years, I worked so hard. And then, once that hit him really hard. It hit him that sex is normal, sex is healthy. It releases all kinds of healing hormones into the body, chemicals, does all kinds of good stuff for your body. So we want to start letting go of this notion that sex is something weird, bad, or to be ashamed of. If we look at our modern society, we make movie after movie with killing. Just go on Netflix and go down and count on, like, straight down how many movies have somebody dying or getting killed in it, you know. And then, but the sexual ones, you know, you got to be warned about those. So it's kind of weird, to be honest. And so I know you guys feel it because your parents feel it. And then they install it in you, and it keeps getting installed generation after generation after generation after generation. So we're going to dive in pretty quick today, but we want to dive into, we want to talk with each one of you about your sexual history a little bit. Did you guys all really go over your sexual history? Did you think about it? You thought much about it? There's a lot of stuff buried in each one of you. You probably don't even know. So a lot of times we don't even know the thing that most affects us. And so ladies are going to listen to your sexual history. They're going to ask questions about your sexual history. They'll probably pry a little bit and, you know, dig. When they see you hiding something, they're going to probably go after it. And
I pry a lot of it.
yeah, quite a bit. So does anybody have questions right now? Okay. Now you more nervous or less?
I'm more nervous.
Awesome. Now this workshop has a lot of experiential work in it, so you're going to be doing a lot of this, going through this. Each day you're going to be doing a lot of experiential work, and we're going to be doing movement with models too. So we'll have some more models coming in this afternoon. We'll be doing some movement work. We're really going to start exploring your pelvis. So what I want to ask you to do right now is to start to feel your bodies. And just notice where you're at in your body currently. If you didn't think about any one particular part of your body and just checked in, where were you? Anybody got an idea?
I'm like all right here.
Yeah, it's where we go a lot when we're anxious. Very common. Anybody else? Head, heart.
Right, my gut.
Yeah. Yeah. So you're all up high. Anybody down low? Okay, cool. Yeah, so what we want to do is start cultivating all weekend, getting low in your body, learning to feel from particularly the hips. Now that's the sacral area, that's the sexual part of the body, the sacral. You got your grounding, which is your legs, which is going to ground that. So you feel your legs, and you feel the sacral area, and then feel the stomach. And just kind of feel, even right now, take a minute and breathe a little bit. And imagine there's like a window you could just open here, just as much as it wants to, and feel the space around you. Feel the environment, feel the room. Just breathe, feel your feet. Imagine the feet could open, you could feel the ground. Feel your ass or your perineum, relax that. And see if there's a sense you can see down through the couch. And see if that starts to bring some of that anxiety down a little bit. Okay. Does it make a difference? Yeah, your voice dropped a little bit there. Yeah, feeling lower in your body is a big part of the key. We love to spend so much time up here. We got to learn to spend more time in here. Yeah, thank you. I'm going to try that instead of the Tylenol, see if that works. So just want to make sure the pain's down, so I'm concentrating on you guys. It's not too bad, actually. They kept saying, oh, it's going to be horrible. You won't be able to sleep all night. I was like, yeah. But I think they were trying to send me a subconscious message I didn't buy. So how y'all feeling now after you did that? You're already coming back up and thinking about it. So don't think from up here. Actually feel from down here and let the feeling come to your consciousness, wherever that's at. Don't take your consciousness to the feeling. Let the feeling come to the consciousness. It causes you to think less because you become more of the observer. If you take your consciousness and try to go to something, you hyper-focus. So you want to expand out. Let your consciousness observe from where it's at. Anybody starting to get more relaxed as they do this?
Yes. I mean, there's like a lot of resistance over here.
Okay. Cool. So everybody welcome any resistance you're feeling in your pelvis, in your turn on. And then welcome any part of you that's already open in your turn on in your pelvis, as much as you are, even if it's 1%. And then welcome the resistance again, and notice what that feels like. Let yourself be as resistant as you are, whether it's 1% or 100%. And then welcome the openness that you already have, the turn on you already have access to, and notice what that feels like. And just kind of explore that for a sec. And then welcome the resistance again. And then welcome the openness and the turn on. Welcome the resistance. And then welcome the turn on. And now go down to your pelvis and start to notice if there's any sensations down there that feel good. Okay, it's okay, you can just keep going. Any sensations that feel good. Like a tingle or a warmth or a buzzing. Even if it's just microscopic, it can start in just a little tiny spot, like maybe off in your hip, maybe in your groin. And welcome that feeling. As much as it's there, even if it's 1/1000th of a percent, just a dot or a speck. And then welcome any numbness that might be there, or lack of feeling. Sit with that for a sec. Just allow that to be there. Don't make it right or wrong. Just welcome it. That's what that welcoming is. You're letting go of the idea that it's right or wrong. It just is. You're not trying to change it. And then welcome any sensation at all that feels good. Even if it's 1/1000th of a percent of a feeling, just a tiny speck. And again, remove any right or wrong. Don't try to change it. Don't try to make it bigger. Just welcome it the way it is. Good. And then again, welcome that resistance. Any numbness that might be there. Any lack of feeling. And then let go of all sense that that's right or wrong or it needs to be changed. Just is. And then welcome the tingle again, or the warmth, or whatever pleasurable feeling you might be feeling. And just let yourself drop down into that. And notice what that feels like. Is it changing? Is the quality different than earlier? Maybe it is. Just let it change on its own. Don't try to do anything. If it changes, it changes. And then again, welcome the numbness. And notice what that feels like. And allow that numbness to be there, as much as it's there. And then ask yourself, can you just let it go? Can you let go of all that numbness? And can you welcome the tingle now? Or the warmth, or whatever pleasurable feeling you've got? And can you welcome more of it? And more of it. If it wants to come, if not, just let it be there. and more of it. And then can you even let it go? I know it's a weird thing to let something positive go, but can you just let it go? Because you don't want to trap it, so just let it go. You want to let it flow. This is the real thing. Just let it flow. And let it flow some more. And then ask your body to expand and to open up to receive more pleasure. And if it does it, it does it. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Just ask. Don't make it do anything. See if you can allow more of that pleasure to come through your body, into your turn on. Good. Now begin to notice what your hips feel like, what your turn on feels like. Just relax down into that. Who's feeling a difference now? Okay, good. Quite a few of you. What's the difference?
I had a lot of grief that came up.
Uh-huh.
If we were to continue, I would definitely tear it up.
Yeah, good. So you're saying I should continue?
Vibrating.
Huh?
Vibrating.
Vibrating, shaking. Okay, cool. Did all of you get a change? Did anybody not get a change? Yeah, you were thinking the most out of everybody in the room. Was there a lot of pressure on you? Yeah, so the pressure caused you to go in. So we'll have to put a lot of pressure on you. Sometimes that's the one thing that'll pop people in, sometimes it doesn't. They pop in when the brain sees no other option, it surrenders and lets the body take over. And that's sometimes the only time people go into flow, is under extreme pressure. Because at that point, fuck it, I don't know what else to do. And the body always knows better. The gut brain knows so much more than as far as taking care of physical activities than this brain. When to move, because it gets the signals first. The inputs from the nervous system first, before the analytical mind. Okay. Anybody else want to share real quick about that experience before we get started?
Yeah, definitely pulled up a lot of grief and some tears. Interesting.
Nice. There's a lot of shame we store down there. For so much shame and guilt we store down in our sexual centers. And every human being, women and men, we store so much of it. And I just want you guys to start to welcome that, whatever's there. We make sex wrong, we make sex evil, we make sex bad, we make sex. And then there's all the stories you hear. You're gonna get somebody pregnant and their life's gonna be ruined. You're gonna get a disease. That's a big one. They're constantly telling you you're gonna get a disease from sex. Huh?
And basically some of them in previous workshops are afraid of getting the girl pregnant.
Yeah.
Like it's like a big fear.
Yep.
I get it, but there are solutions for that. So.
Mm-hmm. So all of these different things happen, And a lot of nice guys feel like the moment they have sex with a girl, they're obligated to her. They have to take care of her from that point on. She's your girlfriend. And so there's this sense of guilt and shame that kicks up in that too. Mm-hmm.
And also they think that girls want to have sex only if they get in a relationship, so which is not true. Some of us just like to have sex outside, but just not be in a relationship and do with that.
So there's all kinds of possibilities. So just kind of feel this in your body. Go down and feel everything you're feeling in that turn on area again. So today when we're sharing, give me one sec, when you guys are up here sharing, I want you to feel down here as much as possible. Okay, and I want each one of you, while you're listening, to feel too. Practice staying in this part of your body. This afternoon we're going to do work to get you more into this part of your body, okay?
So when I was feeling my turn on, I was feeling it at the same time I was feeling a lot of resistance on my heart.
A lot of resistance in the heart. So you can feel the turn on with no heart?
No. It's like when I try to feel turn on and start turning, it means like I start feeling it, there is the tingling sensation down there. I start feeling resistance on the heart. It's like
You start feeling what in the heart?
more resistance on the heart.
Yeah, so when that turns on, the heart turns off.
Right, that's what
Yes.
I said.
Yeah, that's what I said to you a moment ago. You said no.
He literally said the same thing twice.
Yeah. So that's normal. A lot of people do that. It's like it's like there's not supposed to be heart mixed with your turn on, so you do want heart mixed with your turn on. It makes, because then you're not trustable, you're dangerous, right? So you want to be able to feel both of those. And you're probably going to get releases from the heart as you feel more turn on, and other parts of your body. You're going to get releases all over your body, okay? So check in again, are you still down in your turn on? Can you feel your legs? Can you feel the shame welling up? Can you feel the fear? You guys realize that guilt and shame engender fear, right?
Yeah,
Why?
a lot of tightness in the start.
Yeah.
And then I leave the turn on and go back in my head. When I have the turn, to go back in the turn on, this kind of needs to relax.
Mm-hmm.
But then after a while, something gets triggered, right? And it shuts back down. And then I lose the connection, I lose the feeling.
Back and forth.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you just keep exploring, keep watching. Don't try to make anything happen, just keep watching that feeling. Go back and forth. And what you'll notice is that in time, it'll start resolving itself. That's a big part of it. Yeah, you want to put your consciousness there. You want to move your consciousness around, but the changes start to happen on their own. As you put your consciousness there, change has to happen eventually. It has to shift. Okay?
I'm becoming more aware. I noticed just a lot of heaviness and resistance right in the heart area.
Okay. Let's keep aware of that. Ask the heart to open a little bit. Just ask it to open even 5%. 1%. And then see if you can keep still feel your turn on while your heart opens. Okay. And just breathe into it.
A lot of grief coming up, and it's not, you know, feel it down.
Well, it's not that you can't feel it, it's that you're feeling numbness.
Yeah.
So do you understand the difference?
Yeah.
There's this idea that we don't feel when we're feeling numbness, but is not a numbness a feeling? So then you're feeling something.
Yeah.
So feel the numbness. Can you remove the right and wrong off the numbness? Yeah, just let go of right and wrong. Can you just let it be numb?
No, it's like, yeah, I can, it's just grief is overpowering.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Yeah, so feel the grief and then feel the numbness. Can you feel both? Keep doing that. You'll describe it in some way. Maybe it's not numbness. Maybe you'll say nothing. It's I feel nothing. Nothing is still a feeling. The absence of a feeling is still a feeling. So just call it nothing. Can I feel nothing in my... But you just put your awareness there and you feel nothing.
And it starts to hurt. Like, it's weird, like, it's not in my balls, but it's just, like, it hurts.
What hurts? Where?
My
Do you-
balls.
Oh, in your balls. Okay. It's emotional hurt.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Can you let it hurt? Can you welcome the hurt? Can you allow the hurt or acknowledge it? Good.
A lot of grief.
Keep welcoming the grief. And the feeling's changing now, isn't it? So there's some type of transmutation it's going through.
Yeah, it's like going up and down, hard and
Yeah. Keep welcoming that. Everybody should do this. Whenever I give a direction to one person, you should all explore it. It's very powerful for you because a lot of you will hit the same stuff or something similar. Good. Now, do they feel a little different than when I walked in? Okay. Say that again.
Except for one person from my observation.
They're separate. Say that again.
Except for one person.
Oh, except for one person. Okay. And when we do the movement work, we'll pull you down. You're probably nervous about everything that's coming up. So we'll start working on getting you down. Now, all of you just, every time I do something like that, follow along, okay? Okay, good. So we're going to dive right in because there's a lot of time that needs to be in this workshop. It's all experiential, really. And I don't have a lot of time to explain things because we got a lot to do, especially with 10 of you. And now the key is when you watch somebody else tell a story, if it triggers stuff in you, notice that. okay? So we're gonna have you guys come up here one at a time. And I want you to talk about whatever makes you uncomfortable sexually. I want you to talk about your sexual history. I want you to talk about, you know, you can start with sexual history, but wherever you're afraid to go is where you want to kind of start slowly opening into. It could be a memory, it could be something you want to do, it could be something you fantasize about. And the girls, you're going to be talking to the girls a lot. So the girls are going to start to explore these stories with you a lot deeper, okay? Sound good, guys? Awesome. The women, I should say. Okay,